guys, how are you? I hope you're doing well. I am doing pretty good for the most part. I'm so glad to be making this video today. I didn't do much by way of videos and stuff like that over the weekend just because I wanted to. I didn't have a lot of updates anyway, and then also I just wanted to focus on my first partial day of therapy on Saturday, and then spend time with family yesterday. So, I thought I'd take a couple of days off and just kind of sit in this new space and sit in kind of where I am in my whole situation here. So so I'm at my rehabilitation center, and this is my area here. I don't have a roommate yet. I may be getting one, I think maybe today. A lot of people in this rehabilitation center have had surgery or some sort of issue where there's been some trauma to their body, and so they're in rehab. And so, as challenging as this situation has been for me with this transverse myelitis, one of the sort of saving graces I feel like I've had is that at least I don't have a trauma to my body, meaning I wasn't in an accident where I damaged my spine. I didn't have a surgery where I damaged my spine or my legs or anything of that nature. Everything that is going on with me is about inflammation and swelling and going through the process waiting for that stuff to come down. So what happened is that I have swelling in my spine, and it's probably in the spine like right about here to right about here, or maybe a little higher than the back of my armpit, to kind of where your bra settles, that strap, the bottom of the strap on the back of the back, and that's where the inflammation is in my spine. So it's making it very difficult for the nerves to send messages from my brain down through the nerves that are intertwined in the spine and then down to my legs. So we have to wait for that inflammation to go down. And so it's like a waiting game with regard to that. And then if there is coating on the nerves that has been damaged, we have to wait for my body to heal and replenish that. Sorry, I'm trying to get comfortable. So that's generally what my situation is about. But what I was saying is that, in going through this, I just find that it is such a blessing that my body doesn't have to heal from a perspective of being like physically broken or having experienced a trauma. And so although this is a difficult road, I still cry a lot. I'm still also very positive. I still have my moments, valley and mountaintop moments, because I'm like, why is this happening? Like, why? I still don't understand that. Why? Anyway, there is still a blessing in that, I don't have multiple things to overcome in this process. And so I'm just grateful for that. In terms of the feeling in my legs, I'm still waiting for it to come back, but I do have more movement in my legs, and probably this week I may take some pictures because I want to take pictures and video for myself to kind of see what I'm doing in therapy with regard to my posture, with regard to how I'm landing my feet. I have to figure out how to walk all over again, how to stand, catch my balance, function, as this is healing, because it's no certain time frame that this has to get 100% back, to where I was. So I need to focus on occupational therapy, which will help me kind of function at home and lean towards self-sufficiency, and then also physical therapy, which is going to be about keeping me steady, keeping me strong, muscle memory, utilizing the right sets of muscles, building my confidence, helping me to stabilize my body while I'm transferring from one space, to another. It'll make me stronger when I'm walking on a walker. The goal is for me to leave here using a walker rather than right now I'm in a wheelchair. So I get around in a wheelchair. And I was having in my therapy the other day, I was like, I've been meaning to get back in the gym. This is a bit extreme to get my body back in shape. So it's like, you have to find those moments to make light of your situation and find the humor in it. Um, find that little morsel, or moment that will help you to, to lighten your load and put things in perspective. And, for me, about recognizing my new normal for this moment while also pushing to the next moment. So that's why I am. My schedule for therapy has changed today. So I initially was told I would be doing 2 therapy sessions a day, one with a occupational therapist and then one with a physical therapist. So they've broken those 2 sessions with each of those professionals into a total of 4 sections. So I meet with the occupational therapist twice, physical therapist twice a day. And today's session with both went well. I had a breakdown during my physical therapy, for a moment. Great therapist. And then I went into my occupational therapist, love her, and had a very, very good session with her. Both of them said they were really impressed with even my improvement based upon the notes that they saw. My physical therapist hadn't met me before. I worked with a different physical therapist on Saturday. And then my occupational therapist, she was like, this is like since Friday, this is like so good. You're really making some great improvements. So that's good. So the goal is that I'll be able to leave here with using a walker, not a wheelchair, and seeing what life is gonna look like, until I am fully kind of, healed. Hopefully that'll be expedited. I had, really good conversations with my family over the weekend, just planning, kind of forward and figuring out how to navigate things. So that was a good conversation, and I think we'll be able to make the changes, good. It's interesting. My dad is a senior now. I'm trying to cram so much in into this video. But it's like, as I go through this process, I'm not only am I caring for myself, but I do find I'm caring for everyone else because that's what we do as moms. So I'm making sure my daughter is okay. And then my dad is a senior. And so I'm really trying to work with my therapist to help him understand that this is a serious condition, and that and it's so interesting because like I need to hear information like several times because it's almost like being in shock. And when someone tells you something when you first hear it, it's like it takes several times for you to hear it, for you to truly process it and everything it means. And I'm finding that that is the case like with my dad. I think it's kind of the case with my daughter, as well. And I love the team I have because they're really working with me to make sure those things happen in terms of that communication. So that's good. And that's something that I would definitely highly recommend that people do in general if they find themselves in this situation. Make sure that your therapy team is working with you to explain to your family exactly what's happening, the reality of this moment, and how that can impact what needs to happen kind of down the line. So I'm encouraged today. So I'm going to probably check in tomorrow, but I just wanted to give you guys an update because I know I hadn't done one in a couple of days. And we'll kind of go from there. I'll give you an update on what's happening with my daughter's graduation. I told you guys that had me really upset because that is this week. And I'll share with you some of the things I found out are possibilities. And we'll go from there. hopefully I'll have other great news to share with you guys. So please keep me in prayer. Thank you guys for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your hymns. Thank you for your biblical verses. Thank you for your words of encouragement. Please continue to keep me in prayer. I'm feeling like popping, going on in my legs, burning in my feet. That's all good because that's a feeling. It's not numbness. It is a feeling. And so we want those energies to come back. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Please, please, please do keep me in prayer. All right. I love you guys. See you next time. Bye.